of hay, yeah. I'm feeling fine, crack me a Dutch shot. Time to unwind, yeah. Conversation in my thoughts, I'm hoping she won't shut me down. If she ain't the one for the night, I know others in town. Trying to do right. If she go bye, me in some insane thing. That's just what time. If you say that you're gone, I just act like it's nothing to me. When you say that you love me, it's something I didn't believe. Back on my bullshit, stuck on my ways, always ignored them, on bad behavior. Should've done right. You say I lie. Showed in the light. I was not chillin' with you. This my fault. I don't have no one to blame. This my fault. I am accustomed to change. This one for you. This one for I ain't gon' see you again. This one for you. This one for the lost me in love and vain. This one for you. This one for you. This one for you. This one for you. This one for you.
What's going on? Welcome back. Jeff Shears Show. Of course, the one, the only. Jeff Shears, Negro with the glasses. Kid almost had a heart attack. Trying to fucking lose weight here. What the fuck ever. Who knows? Welcome back. And as you can see here to my left, Frank, welcome here, sir.
Damn, from the screen it looks on the right. It looks like I'm on your right, man.
Well, it's like looking in a mirror.
Buenas noches, Pamelita.
Yeah, it's like looking at the opposite.
Espanol tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say hi to my niece. She always supports me.
What's going on, niece? How you doing?
How you doing?
Te están mandando saludos, Pamelita, mis amigos.
Aww.
So let y'all know the chat is up. So if y'all want to converse with us tonight, please do.
Feel free, please. We have it up here to see. Truth, thank you for being here, sir.
Always. Pleasure.
Yeah, I know what it is. Starting a little late, but no worries. We're still here, back in full effect. Took some time off, kids. Don't get old, like I always say. Shit, I had something else and I totally forgot what I was going to say. I totally said. How was everybody's week? I guess. How was yours?
So far, I mean, I always say I'm alive, so I can't complain. Very profitable.
Okay.
School, always knowledgeable. You know, just keep counting down June till I graduate.
There you go, man. Congrats.
But, I mean,
Congrats.
At my age, I've never been ashamed of my age, 44. In a class of like almost 40 kids.
Yeah.
I'm in the top 3 percentile. I got a GPA, a 4.0 GPA.
There you go.
I'm loving it, man.
There you go, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. How about yourself, Frank?
You know, it's funny. I remember going to school and sitting there with the kids, you know, the 20-year-olds, and them crying about not being able to study because they had to work. And I'm looking at the motherfuckers like, bro, you work 20 hours a week. You have no excuse.
And crying.
My mom washes my clothes and gives me shit.
Mom washes
like,
your clothes.
I like that. I like
can we switch? Like, can she adopt black kids? Like, I'll be right
like
there.
your dad takes your car over for oil change.
Exactly.
What excuse do you have?
That's true, man. That is true. Because, like, I live Monday through Thursday. I only get 3 to 3.5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That shit ain't rocking.
Like, seriously, like...
That shit is not
If it wasn't
right.
for the gym, I probably passed out somewhere right now.
No, but the funny thing is like sometimes like there was a couple times the professor had to pull me out of class because I was getting too lively with my mouth. And
I couldn't see that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, not Frank.
No, but the professor would laugh. He's like, "Do me a favor. That was the funniest thing I ever heard. Don't ever say that again out loud."
There you go.
I like that.
There you go. You fucking up their money, Frank. They want to drop out, not come
But
back.
not just that, but you had a professor that knew how to converse with. See, unfortunately, I think you have a lot of people who don't know how to talk to grown people. It's kind
That's true.
of weird. Like, you're not teaching, you know, a specific type of kids. They're 11, 12. No, you're dating adults.
Right.
I mean, you're teaching adults. And you have to talk to adults a specific way.
That's true.
No, it wasn't even that. There was one time, you know how the kids always ask all these freebie questions during an exam?
Yeah.
And I'm getting annoyed because the professor has to stop the exam in between answering every question. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my exam and I'm like, y'all need to shut the fuck up and take the exam. And the professor, like, I'm thinking I'm going to get kicked out of the class. You know, not. The professor looks at me and says, Dude, that's called bullying. That was the funniest thing I ever heard. Don't do that ever again, yo. Just, learn. Who's
You know, why we just touched on that? I was like, I remember once when I first started college, I was sitting there and the professor asked me to stay after. She thought I said something. This kid behind me had said something. We were lined up in rows. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't say this shit, whatever. Then I'm like, wait, motherfucker, I paid for this shit. How you gonna kick me out of this class? I was sitting there like, you know, when you start to think about it, like, hold the fuck up. I paid to come here. And if I didn't do anything like threatening you or do some shit like that, like, what sense does that make? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, where's your buyer's
seriously.
remorse? It's like, fuck it. You know, like, I don't know. I never thought, I always thought about that when I got
I
older.
think a lot of them don't truly understand the whole situation as far as like high school, paid school. Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different.
And what makes it worse is now that you have these accredited schools, not these bullshit shamrock schools that are online now and like getting this money for these motherfuckers staying home, it's kind of cutting down on your fucking pocket. Like, well, we don't need all these professors here, nigga. Y'all niggas we pay you a quarter to teach.
What was it? Phoenix or whatever started
University of
that?
Phoenix.
University of Phoenix.
And you know what's funny? And I love how sometimes people step out of what the normal capacity, what everyone else is doing. Oh,
Yes.
that'll never work. Never in a million years. People's like, hold on, I ain't got to get up. I ain't got to get dressed, shower, travel to someplace with a bunch of people I don't know.
Exactly.
I could do it while scratching my balls on the couch.
Exactly.
And it blew up. All of a sudden now you see him coming out the woodwork.
Ain't got to pay room and board. Ain't got to
Yeah.
do no other shit. No
Yeah.
fucking meal plan. Oh my God, he's fucking meal plan for
I
some
could-
shit.
I can eat
literally-
Monday, Tuesday, but Thursday is kind of shaky.
Exactly. Sit at home and get some food stamps and
I
most of
could
these
literally,
niggas.
it's like, time out, wait a minute. I could literally plan this around my schedule rather than plan it around the school schedule.
Exactly.
Like,
as long as your shit in is by 11:59, nigga. That's all your shit gotta be in. That professor will take it.
it's like, God dang. And
Yep.
even then, you could I had a friend that coast through college. All he had to do, he submitted his paper like about a month after it was due, and the professor still passed
Still
him.
took it. Yeah. So I said people get away with that shit now. Like it's real funny, and when you think about it, it's really gonna affect a couple of business like schools. Because school is a business in a sense, you know. They're going to fuck with a lot of people. Because they're going to be like, well, we're not getting them loans like we used to because people are going to the online schools or they're going to this.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
It's a way of thinking about it, but...
Well, I mean, I think maybe that's why, like, because I'm in a trade school. And I think that's why trade schools are taking off now because you can't take an online trade school.
No, yeah.
You're virtually screwing this in. Pretend now. Okay.
Yeah.
That shit never fucking happened. Yeah.
4 left turns.
Yeah, it's not happening. So this is why, like, because, you know, I school I go to is number one in their field.
There you go.
They ain't paying me, so I ain't picking them up.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah. So because of that situation, you know, everything, especially like these newer situations are smart houses, security and stuff like that. So and it's a booming business right now.
Always, man. Always, dude. Yeah. It's always a way to do it, man. You can't go wrong with that shit. Can't go wrong at all. But let's jump into the nonsense while we're here, folks. Get this going. So homie can go to sleep. Because I know he is tired. As am I.
I'm good.
Yeah, as he sleeps there, and they get like, yeah, keep talking. Lay down.
I've been doing it since January. I'm kind of used to it. Which will probably kill me this week. Will be Sunday because Saturday I'll be up from like 9 in the morning.
Damn.
And won't be going to sleep till about 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, nigga, nah,
So,
I ain't.
Ouch.
Crashing Sunday.
Yeah, that shit don't even sound right. This is like, I don't know, I'm gonna make it. But you see it up there. This is Trump. Yes, if you haven't heard, Trump is back in the news with the Omarosa scandal. This is not Omarosa there. You have Tom Arnold and you have Penn Teller. Penn Teller from the Magic duo, Penn and Teller, and Omarosa, and Tom Arnold, who was Roseanne Barr's ex-wife. Damn, it took a lot to remember that shit. Ex-wife, ex-husband.
Ex-husband,
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Same difference, I guess. Who knows?
Pretty much, he was the end of the
Who
month.
knows? Now, both of these two gentlemen starred on his Celebrity Apprentice show. Now, if you haven't heard, both of them were on this Celebrity Apprentice. They both concur to the same thing, which Omarosa is saying, that Trump has used racially explicit terms when the cameras weren't rolling, but they were still recording, but they were all behind the scenes and doing stuff like that. nobody's saying exactly the same, an exact time or exact date or something like giving an exact speech, but they said the way he talks was just flat out. Not saying that he was like a racist, like I hate those niggers, but more in a common frame of term. Like Penn was saying, like he was saying it on the sense like, yo, we're not gonna go up to go eat at this place. You know, there's a lot of niggas up there. Like shit, like you were using a regular sentence. You know, like a regular be like, yo, so many niggas up there, man. You know, like too many people and stuff like that. But nothing like I hate these niggas. Fuck all these spics. Or talking about sexually about females. Yo, this bitch is bangable. The locker room talk, shit like that. So they concur to the same shit. It was like, look, Omarosa's not wrong. This motherfucker says some shit. You know what I mean? He definitely can be.
I mean, what part of this surprises anyone?
None for me.
None for me either. Like
none for me.
Come on, man. Like
what I'm loving about this. Go ahead,
like a while ago, we was talking about him grabbing it by the pussy. I mean, come on. What part of this surprises anyone at all?
None. What you gonna say, Drew?
No, what you gotta love about this situation is just more lines of. I think the Republicans and the Democrats got together. And they said, we're going to let this shit happen. And now, serious, we're going to let this shit happen.
Yeah.
He's going to fuck shit up so fucking bad that they're literally going to beg to put someone with some kind of true experience in the White House again, and situations like this won't ever happen again.
I give you that.
And I think a lot of times we have to learn, like, you know, no disrespect to the 9/11 situation because it's a tragic situation. The fact that
I give you that.
It ran across the president's desk, and he wasn't the smartest pencil and sharpest pencil in the bunch, in the bag. But it ran across his desk. He chose to ignore it. We should have had better, like, I don't know, like, you know, when you get to airport, more security and stuff like that. We have it now. But unfortunately, it took a tragic situation to happen for us to step up on certain things.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, and this is going to sound really bad when you play it this way.
Okay, what?
But I don't even think it was the tragedy of September 11th that took tighter security in the airports. You remember how many businesses crashed after September 11th?
It was a domino effect, of course. It hit a big trademark. Yes.
It hit a trademark, and and that's when people started taking security serious because they was looking at it like, all right, you're affecting our pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have we, has America sacrificed a couple hundred lives, and they don't feel the weight of the lives that are lost until it really hits the pocket.
But that's why they hit that building.
That shit happened this morning. Like, we just didn't hear it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You know, the thing that was crazy to me is, like, what a lot of people forget about the whole tragedy as far as was the cleanup.
Right.
And everyone, hey, come on down. If you want to help, come on down. We appreciate the help.
Nigga, that was the free cleanup.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was just more lines of, like, once they started getting close to that treasury, everybody
up this side of 45th Street, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
And here's the funny thing about it. Cameras weren't allowed there.
No.
I would have been the motherfucker going.
Well, that was the whole situation.
That's what they didn't want.
I think that's how a lot of money was hidden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where as far as, we lost this when it's sitting in somebody's vault somewhere, waiting 50 years for them to be able to spend this shit because they can wait 50 years.
Yeah, exactly.
They got no issues with that. You know, you got other money because they used to having money in situations like that.
True.
But, it takes something to happen. And this gentleman who has no kind of political experience at all. Business, not even good. He's not even a good businessman. Nah. So, like, what has he succeeded in any fashion of his life? And I said, I swear it, like, hey, I swear the Republicans and the Democrats sat in the room, they ate popcorn, they high-fived each other.
So you're saying it was a setup?
Behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, they was clapping, but in front of cameras, like, we hate each other. But behind closed doors, we need to really let America see.
I believe a piece of that is true. I think behind closed doors, they all have the same interests.
But you gotta keep in mind, at one point in American history, the Democrats and the Republicans were one political party.
Yeah,
Well, I
that
mean, it was actually
way back.
reversed.
Yeah.
It was actually the
And,
Republicans
yeah,
was
and
for.
then it was reversed. Republicans were for.
Republicans actually for the poor.
And then the
Democrats were for
independent,
rich.
the independent party was the other political party, and the
Right.
Democrat.
Right. But that was way back when,
I know,
slaves
but-
was
but I mean,
$2.62.
But I'm saying, like, at the
One
same
third
time,
of a person.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at the same time, it's hard to take, when it comes to the ideology of the political parties, it's hard to take away from something that, because even if you say at one point the Democrats and the Republicans, the Democrats were for the poor, the Republicans were for the rich, and vice versa,
Okay.
there's still some of that ideology that they carry on from generations ago.
No, I think that's the but that's all it is, just ideology. That's not the true meaning of the party anymore,
Yeah, but
or
I'm-
even being a political person.
No, I'm saying, but it's like the idea,
Right.
the idea is still invoked in their fundamentals of how they run government. So
Yeah, it's a theory.
yeah.
The theory is there. We think this is for this and that is for that. Yeah, but it falls apart though, because at the end of the day, the Democrat will fuck you just as hard as a Republican will fuck
Well,
you.
we also got to remember, all these motherfuckers is millionaires.
Yeah. You look,
They not
everybody there has followed the path. I don't care what race or background or creed they are. They all probably went to the same top 3 schools. They all, at some point in their life, they may have started at a William Patterson, but they finished their masters at Yale. And then they got into the right party. They got into with the right crew, and then they followed that path. We all forget this. They all do that. They all like some type of lawyer or some shit like that. They all have these big backgrounds and
Come on,
political
Mr.
connections, and none of them come from a modest means. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're all
Absolutely
3
not.
families back. So those are the rich niggas that got up there.
I mean, come
those
on,
are the
man.
rich Hispanics that got up there. You get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what we all
Agreed.
forget. They ain't no people like you. And the ones you saying, yeah, my family, I'm first generation. No, you're not. No, you're not. You just using the name Esperanza.
Mr. Hillary over there had an office in the Upper West Side, right?
Look at it, yeah, all day. So it is a ruling class, and they all follow the same or similar path and creed, and that's what they keep. They don't want any of that shit to change.
Oh, of course
Oh,
not.
no.
They don't want any of that shit to change.
It makes me feel better the fact that I have what you don't, or what you'll never have, or which I will never let you have.
Right. And that's American classism. I got to get up to the next level. Fuck it, I can't stay with you people or whatever the hell it is. That's just American classism. But bring it back to this story here with Omarosa. And I want to touch on what you said, what you guys said. Everybody he's came in with, the Rex Tillerson, this guy, all everybody came in has been fired. Think about it. Everybody from his thing has been fired, under scrutiny, this, that, and the third. The people who came in with no political background or knowledge, gone. Hey, y'all, what's going on there, Kara? How you doing? Great point. Thank you.
good,
Join in
guys?
there. You got to think about it. Everything that somebody has done, everybody that's come in there has been fired at some point. So now they're just cleaning house. You can't have all these political stars in there or the CEOs of companies just sitting there running 10 to 15 different points. That just makes sense.
I have a question. All right. Remember when he first started in office, and he was inviting people to the White House, celebrities namely.
Yes.
He was bringing.
Oh, wait. You mean when he was bringing them to the Trump, the plaza?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was inviting the uppity celebrities. The major A-list.
Yeah.
So let's take it to Tom Arnold, and what is he A-list, bottom A-list, bottom B-list?
I
So
mean,
they like-
he ain't out for
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but he's not like, it's not like he's making some serious paper. He has his own TV show or anything like that.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller, they're 7,000 years and they still got years old, and they still actually have to tour.
Right. Yeah, they're not broke, but they're not A-list. They're not
Yeah.
the top of the top. That's why they were on Celebrity Apprentice. So when you think about it, but they're up there because they are agreeing. I put them up there because they are agreeing with Omarosa.
but
So
here-
when she came out and said, "Oh, he said this stuff on Celebrity Apprentice. I'm not going to say anymore. Read my book." Fair enough. She's trying to sell her book. But at the same time, they're backing her, saying like we were on that season too, and we heard them say a couple niggas and big
point-
booty bitches and
The reason
whatever
I'm
the fuck.
saying this is because the reason I'm saying is, all right, they're not up on the A-list.
Right.
But none of the A-list actors are actually are sitting there saying that Trump said this or Trump said that.
But even they aren't even going in that much. Now I'm going to tell you this because Teller went in this whole fucking rant of like, look, I'm not going to say which story or which day it was or whichever what it was, and because we run in the same circles, which they do, because he's still in the entertainment world.
Exactly.
He still has connections with NBC, which owns half of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's definitely a career-ending move. All he said was the girl wasn't lying. At the end of the day, he was like, his mouth talked reckless. I'm not going to say he called Leroy a nigga. I'm just going to say he was up there saying some inappropriate shit on all these accounts. And that's what both of them have said. They was like, it's on the crew has it on their own thing that they all share around. But now when he became president, the crew started to delete a lot of these videos because they were afraid of them being blackballed and losing jobs, and or the Secret Service or somebody knocking at their door beating their ass.
They actually got rid of his Twitter for a little bit.
Think about y'all all forget. They will track this shit down and get rid of your ass. You know, like I don't know how Mike died.
It was that heart attack and CIA shit.
Yeah, exactly. Mike ain't had high blood pressure never, and now all of a sudden
nigga can do 6,000 push-ups straight, but he died of a heart attack.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, here's what people have to understand. You know, really about this situation. This is how that other half talks and lives.
Of course.
And this is what I will give him credit for to a certain extent. He knew when to run his mouth like that and when not to. And it ain't really come out until this young lady here, who I don't fucking respect under any circumstance. I don't give a fuck who she is.
Right.
Because she was talking hella she ain't black and she midnight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry. But you're not sitting here and you're talking all this shit. And it's said. We all know these things are said behind closed doors.
Of course.
And what, she was an apprentice 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And I guess your cash fund stopped and now you want to build a tell-all book?
Because they kicked her out. They act like they didn't know. She did a bunch of other recordings, which I don't even know are fair or legal because they were done in the White House. So we don't know. She got the book out now. She's trying to play her angle and use everything she can get to get max dollars. You understand that? Everybody's going to write a book. Everybody who was in that motherfucking thing for the first year is going to write a book. But you got to think about it. Now, I have no respect for her either because she was up there saying, you know, he's not a racist and he never said anything like that while we were all while she was on the campaign trail. And talk about he never distinguished nothing, whatever. And now you coming out saying he's calling this one a nigga, calling that one this, and you know he's telling big booty bitches to come in and pop it for him when his wife's out the room. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, now you're going back on your whole thing just a year and a half ago. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
It's gotten that bad for her. And I think this is...
she loses credibility.
That too, and also like you have people who live beyond their means.
Oh,
she still got a couple of change, but she's still trying to feel like she still should be able to afford shit she can't afford.
True.
Sometimes you got to downsize. That don't mean you're a bad person. I mean you're very fucking intelligent.
Right.
So instead of that, you know, money lasts another 2 or 3 years, you just extended it to 7 to 12, and you still have other, situations you can take to get some revenue back to get that house again.
How many bankruptcies did homie do? you know what I'm saying?
I remember when they had this nigga on a $325,000, what was it, a month or every 6 months something? They had him on a budget.
Yeah.
They had him on a budget. You have a billionaire on a budget. That's how fucking horrible businessman this motherfucker is. And also what a lot of people have to understand, most of these people who are in this upper echelon, now mind you, his father paid for his education. Because that nigga can't write and spell his own name, right? His father paid for his education. We all know that. But the majority of these people don't really see black people until they actually go out into the work field. The closest they come to a minority is them setting their fucking dinner plate sets.
Yeah.
I mean, serving the fucking soup and shit.
Especially one that they will see equal. You get what I'm saying? And that's where you get that, oh, you're different, or I never knew these people came like you, and all these other type of fucking speeches that just don't make any sense.
And this is how you love society and like the whole karma thing. Now you have all these ignorant ass black people doing all these songs, and white people know word for word. I went to this club, and I swear to goodness, every black song played, you had Indian, white, I don't even know what the motherfuckers in the corner pulled word for fucking word, the lyrics coming out of this rapper's mouth, and I'm like, holy shit.
Better than you.
Better than me.
Better than you, nigga.
I'm like,
That's
oh
it.
shit, that wasn't the right word. You said the right. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me.
Exactly.
Thank you for correcting me.
Welcome to America, man. That's why I said it's different.
And this is like, again, like 20 years ago she was on it. And I know she did the whole twice or whatever situation may be, but you went on and it said no, it wasn't said, this and that. You got a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
Probably paid you. Just like the Public Party send Stacey Dash ass out there.
True. We all forgot about that one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When she need a check, like, we need to say nigga without actually saying nigga. Send that nigga right there out there to say nigga.
Can you do a 2 o'clock appointment?
Yeah,
There you go.
and it goes to show you again, and you really can't be mad when you have someone who's never had money, and all of a sudden you get it. You'll be amazed what these individuals would do to keep it. Now, mind you, Bush, Trump and them, that's wealth.
Yeah.
They've had that shit for hundreds of years.
Right. And it's hard to lose it.
Yeah, she just started getting a couple of dollars. From it started with the apprentice because of her fact she was educated. You know, she walked a certain way. She wasn't that. She was like mean, but she wasn't hood mean.
Yeah. That
You know
was
what
the
I
thing.
mean?
Yeah.
So she started to get a couple of dollars, and now it's like, nigga, you want me to go back to where?
Exactly.
Nah, I ain't going back to Michigan. They can't drink water out there. You know what I'm saying?
My filter ain't strong enough.
Yeah, I need to
That's
keep
what they
drinking.
happening.
Yeah, I need to keep drinking this bottled water from Italy, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They don't even put commercials out for this shit.
Right, but look, I understand. I understand it completely. Once you see the top of the mountain, you ain't never gonna want to go down to the bottom.
Exactly.
You can't go back, and it hurts. So if you do, you'll be so disappointed. And so she's gonna try to finagle every dollar she can. But now she lost all respect amongst. I gotta say everybody, because I don't understand. I don't know how a white person could look at her the same, a Latino person, a black person, Indian person. You get what I'm saying? She lost all credibility. Talking about he ain't never was this and never that, and then now you coming out, nigga, I got the tapes. He was just calling me big booty nigga the other day. Like, just get the fuck out of here.
It's funny because my friend was sticking up for her the other day.
Look, you get what I'm saying? Like, I understand.
How old is your friend?
My age.
Your age? All right, like, so she may not be able to remember how this chick, you know, because a lot of people don't remember. She's like, yo, I ain't black.
Yeah. I remember that.
Them niggas, I'm dark-skinned. You know what I'm saying? Big fucking difference. House nigga, field nigga. It's totally different. Two type of situations.
It's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing, and I just had to touch on it because I can't get it around my head. Like, now you want to tell a book. Now you want to release all this shit. You could have been doing this before. Like, how much were they giving you? Were you really qualified to run in that administrative office position? Even though they gave you some bullshit title, but you get what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be telling you the secrets of where the fucking nuclear missiles is and shit. Get the fuck out of here. You wanna let that secret go for $1.02,
That
nigga?
bitch had the board game war, battleship. That's the closest she came to war.
G7. Oh, nigga, some my battleship.
You gotta
bitch.
make the sound. Then they came out with the electrical shit. Niggas was popping over that.
Hell yeah.
But you know, go back to what you were saying earlier. You have these two individuals who are white.
Yeah.
And what I always try to tell people at the end of the day, not all white people are bad.
Right.
You have some people who weren't raised around any black people, but at the end of the day, that type of situation just ain't in them.
Right.
You know? So, again, these gentlemen are going to protect their careers and their livivelihoods, and they're going to say, hey, shit was said.
Right. And that's all they
And keep
said.
walking. Shit was said, and they just start walking off.
That is exactly what they did. That's the complete literation of what they did. They all come out, they spun this beautiful story, and they pretty much said, the girl ain't lying. There's a video out there. I'll see y'all niggas tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's it. And walked off. And they do not want to get into specifics where they will be dragged through the mud and end their career. Because like you said, Penn and Teller do tour. Them niggas like
Still
72
Still touring.
doing card tricks. And it's a great show. It's a good show, nigga. Yeah, exactly.
Nigga.
If you saw what he did about it, it's like, hey, see. But no, It is a good show. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it in Vegas. It's a fucking good show.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, they still continue this act. Tom Arnold's still trying to get roles and shit like that. And
Well, he
get
does a
other
lot
shows.
of like
things
not
produced.
B movies, but he does a lot of movies.
You right, but he ain't no
behind the
Steven Spielberg. Where that nigga like, I ain't gotta work ever again. Nigga, I ain't gotta
scene.
direct the shit.
Fuck that nigga. I'm rich too.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You get what I'm saying? So when you look at it, it's like they're just out there saying the girl ain't lying. So we all know, and we all knew this from before, from everything else somebody said. All those rumors are true. You know, he talks crazy. And it's that regular locker room bullshit boys talk. And I'm not gonna lie. I said it before. I don't think he's a flat out racist. I think he does put black people and other people in classes, and he'll give a rich person more respect, whatever they are, before he'll give anybody else respect. So Tiger Woods comes to see him, he gonna be like, I like that nigga more than Joey Jackson from the fucking hood who's coming up there.
Remember when who he had up there in Trump Plaza?
Yeah.
Steve Harvey. The uppity celebrities, not the...
Yeah, and even that was stupid. See, he was trying to run his own game plan of thinking he can get out to the black crowd, he can get to minority crowd, because he was trying to get all Hispanics up there,
It
too.
worked, though.
He was trying, right. But now when he realized that shit, it kind of backfired, because who really fucking with Steve? A couple
Well, I
old
mean,
folks.
you look at it from this standpoint.
Kanye came out and it talked crazy now. It's like, come on,
Well,
bro.
again, Kanye, the whole George Bush don't like black people to I ain't black.
Like,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And like I said, you have to go from a point to where someone doesn't have money and now they have it, and they're going to do any and everything in their power to make
keep
sure
it.
they maintain it. And you got to remember, I remember Steve Harvey telling the stories of how he slept in his car and now
Yes.
he has his, what do you call it? He has his talk show. He has
The radio show.
video show. He has the pageant. He has so many things going on now.
Yeah.
That Steve is bringing us some major fucking
Right.
dollars.
And he's touching a lot of
He
people.
ain't trying to go back to that shit.
No.
Who I need to meet. And this is why I tell people, like, you know, I always say there is no true to me. My definition. I don't think that racism actually exists. I think there's people with money, there's people without money. Because you have Trump who will probably say, nigga, please. But when it comes to dollar to cent, he'll have Kanye up there. He'll have Steve Harvey up there because it'll financially help him.
Exactly.
Just like he went on to those rednecks. Oh, rep, we gonna get these niggas and these Mexicans out of there. That shit ain't happened yet.
Right.
All he did is detain kids.
I
And
ain't see
send
the,
their fucking parents
I
home.
ain't see the first brick of the wall go up yet.
It ain't gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody in California mowing their own fucking lawn. They not mowing their own fucking lawn. That shit ain't happening. Let's talk about New York City. These Jews ain't watching their own fucking kids. They got 30 of them.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need that Panama City canal
Ain't
open
happening.
ASAP, nigga.
You know what I mean?
That's
Some
it.
Jamaican chick straight off the boat, she watching them chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's take it up to his hotels. Trump ain't fucking cleaning no hotels.
Hell no,
Yeah,
nigga.
it's not happening. Them niggas can't speak a lick
You
of
saw that?
English, but
Hispanics
they-
with Trump. Be like
Yeah.
it, be Trump. That's it. Like,
But
Nigga,
it's
what the
that whole
fuck?
business class thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to it, I'm going to use who and what I have to
Yeah.
continue to have my success succeed.
no, you're
I'm
right.
going to use your hatred for this people and that people against you to
Yeah.
put me in office, and I ain't going to do shit
Yeah.
about it. All I'm going to do is set up all these contracts and all these things so when I get the fuck out of here, I can actually start cashing in more money.
Exactly.
You
nigga.
can't build that shit
Uh-huh.
to 2015, nigga.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
that's when I get out of all this motherfucking office. I'm doing 4 years and I'm out, nigga. So 2020, you're
Exactly.
going to start seeing a lot of uprises come up, and it's going to be backed by Trump construction.
Yeah, you're right, and I definitely totally see it coming down to that. But I can't justify anybody belittling themselves for this game. We know it's how it's run. We know that's the political game. We know that's how it is. That's the entertainment game. Yes, they got to sell their own brand, their worth, whatever the hell it is. But at the same time, now she just made a fool of herself. Where like, I don't even want to read the book. I don't want to see the book. I don't want to. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, so let me guess. He called you a couple niggas on a Tuesday. He said, can you stay after late? You know what I'm saying? What, he may try to put his dick on you or something. I don't know. What the fuck ever. So you bring your big booty friend?
Yeah, she got
I don't
like,
know.
maybe a couple $100,000 bonus to write the book. The publishing company's going to make their money back hand over fist.
Yeah.
And she going to get a couple of pennies out the deal. And shit, time's going to continue to go.
Yeah. Nothing new, nothing unexpected.
I'm looking forward to 2019. I want to see the candidates up there. And again, like I go back to the situation I talked about. Because before, remember, when the Republicans were in office, you just had the Democrats fight it out who's going to go against the Republican.
Right.
Now, the fact that Trump went independent, now you could battle a Republican against a Democrat now.
Yeah.
Like a real election now.
Yeah. We're going to see how this plays out. We're definitely going to see how this shit going to play out, and we're going to do everything there. But fucking try to be true to yourself, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. We knew you were right. Nobody said he wasn't doing this shit, but you out there saying he wasn't. So I can't give you no
that
pain.
mail, so that bank statement.
Exactly.
Oh, shit, no.
$2,000? No, nigga. That's exactly what she said.
I still gotta pay that trip.
Shit, nigga. That's it. Who knows, man? But off to the next topic. Let's get what I had here. Good. Talking about people contradicting themselves. I guess. Yeah. That's sort of a fucking theme today. Here comes Terry Crews. So nobody was aware of this in the room. Terry Crews is now being sued by his ex social media manager for about $1 million. Long story short, you guys can pick it up. The guy had he was a friend, allegedly. Terry is saying he was a friend that he was helping him out by allowing him to manage his social media page, do all his other platforms and things like that, even before on his way, working his way up to where Terry is now. Now, we all remember Terry was caught in the Me Too as one of the first or only men to really come out on it and say he was touched. Say he was touched by a big person in a management world and tried to get his and suing against his manager and stuff like that. Allegedly, the reason why he broke up with this, which he wrote in a series of tweets back in 2017, December 2017, was he didn't want to work with the guy anymore because he started to do porn websites. So meaning the guy himself says Terry wasn't paying him the $55 an hour for the amount of work he was doing. He said he owed him about 6,000 hours left, which would equate to about $1 million and someone else there.
Right.
He only got paid $28,000. This is what the guy's saying right now. So of course, he's a social media, web design, platform guy. He's going to take other jobs. Duh. We get it. You get what I'm saying? It makes sense. Some of those jobs were him doing pornography. So around 2017, this was the same time he was talking about getting touched with his dick and his wife and all that shit, and at the party, right? If the time frame remembers correctly, it had to be a similar time frame. So this makes sense to me why Terry didn't want to deal with the guy if he was doing porn websites, especially LGBTQ. Yeah, I hope I said it right. LGBTQ. Sorry if the acronym maybe, or if I may miss the letter. Websites, because he didn't want the backlash to come to him. He said he got mad when he found out he was doing it, and he didn't want anything to spill off to him. So I guess him being touched by the homosexual man, and then now his social media manager is building gay websites. He didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Well, ain't you gay anyway, Terry? Don't you be out there swinging and singing? You know what I'm saying? So which is bad to me. So in my eyes, I relate this as hypocritical. Pay the man his money because you probably said you owed him, or if you had a contract or whatever, so have you. You can give her that $1 million, recover it later. Nothing too big for you, Terry, but now it makes you look suspect about your whole rant and complaint. Am I wrong?
I'm with Terry on this one.
Okay.
And to me, it's like you're doing the complete opposite of what you need to be doing. If you're in charge of someone's site, publicity, photos, social media posts, this is, I don't want to say he's A, I don't want to say he's a B. I would say he's in between, because he has had some major roles, starring,
right,
co-star, movies. He's done a lot of things. So about a person's image, especially a black person's image.
Okay.
There are a lot of black people out there, like, allegedly, the big superstar model, Tyson Beckham, is, say he's not gay. Everybody said, nigga, you gay. I don't know why you still front, nigga. But at the end of the day, it would hurt his credibility and his image.
Okay.
To have all these muscles and, like, ladies come touch this chest and you grossed out by it because you want Bruce with them calluses and shit to rub on your chest and shit. So, that's what I'm saying. So it would destroy your image. So yes, him being a heterosexual man, allegedly. I didn't hear anything about Terry being gay or whatever.
Right.
Kids, wife, being affiliated with management, because he's in charge of that is your management team.
Okay.
Who's in charge of gay porn sites. Like, we could have $5,000 in the bank and like, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, no. Like, you fucking my shit up. Like, I'm trying to build, and he's already there. You know, he's worth a couple of $1 million.
But this guy has been working with them since 1999.
I understand.
Just so we know.
Right.
So you get what I'm saying? So
and all of a sudden, out the blue, okay, you ain't paying the dude, that I give you. But out of the blue, you need a couple extra dollars. Well, how about you say, yo, listen, here's my, just like, you know, a model. Here's my portfolio. Here's my headshots. This is what I posed for. Look what I built his career to. I took him from doing Soul Plane,
right.
You know what I'm saying, and all these other movies, to now he has his own show.
I get you.
Look what I created. That's something I gotta actually look and say, all right, this nigga did build this nigga from nothing to something. So there's something there. So I'm gonna pay this man a couple of dollars. Now I'm not saying I'll be with him long term or long as Terry was, but I gotta give it a shot.
Okay.
Proof is in the pudding.
What'd you say? Any thoughts?
I mean, at the end of the day, the guy is he's in charge of his social media site. Can't be that Terry Crews was his only customer,
right?
And you know what? He has got a right to pick and choose, you know, his clientele. So thinking as a businessman, you know, Terry Crews, he technically speaking, that could have been kept private because not, you know, as a business owner, you don't have to disclose who your customers are.
True.
You know, we worked in the private sector.
Great point.
In the medical field, the same thing. You're not entitled. You're not allowed to give. You have client, you know, patient
right.
doctor privilege.
Right.
So in that aspect, he doesn't have to tell them who his clients were. He could have been managing more than one social media account, and that was it.
Right.
So, you know, it's like the same thing with Terry Crews. You mean to tell me that right now, let's say Paramount Pictures wants to audition him for a part. You're going to tell me is he really going to get mad that there's 7 or 8 actors auditioning for the same role?
No.
Great point. Great point.
Yeah, and you're right. And I see it on Frank's level. This is what I'm saying. And just for further clarification as I read through here. The guy's been working with them since 1999 to 2013 is when they started to get bad. 2013, he started to build an app with a client that represents as LGBT. The app had nothing to do or state that it was for homosexuality. When Terry found out, when he told Terry who else he was working with, because I guess he wasn't getting paid enough or felt whatever he was looking for, he said Terry got mad and enraged and threw a big fit and started to complain and said, you can only work for me, you can't work with them until then. So this is why he said, well, he's suing allegedly for lost hours and what he would have made building the app, working with them. Which makes sense. That makes sense, but go ahead. What are you saying?
Here's why I question Terry Crews now, because now the LGBT community, the movement has gotten strong.
Yes.
And you got a whole sector in New York City that has a lawyer.
Yeah.
That fucking specializes in discrimination based on that.
Right.
So this is where I got the whole. This is where it's starting to sound iffy to me, because now you're talking about, okay, I understand you were groped by Weinstein's camp or whatever it was. You didn't like that situation. I get that. No problem.
Right.
But now you're going to sit there and you're going to make yourself look like you're discriminating against somebody based on the fact that he's in he supports LGBT.
And that's exactly why I brung this shit up here. This is why I say this is the hypocrisy. Like, what are you doing? You sat there talking about, oh my God, me too, which is great. You know what I mean? Yeah. That it's not just happening to women. Gay men are harassing me, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
If you being against it, this nigga's like 6'7".
Again, but again, well, hold on. That was the whole thing. It was like, dude, you got muscles on muscles. How come you ain't just pop that nigga in his face when he grabbed your dick? And he was like, I ain't want to lose my job, so lose supporting my family. Now here you go with homie here. You only gave me 30 grand throughout this over a 10-year contract. Let's say over a 10-year contract, and every time I touched on your Twitter or touched on this or your website, I only got 30 grand. Mind you, he done passed Soul Plane in 05. So he done got a little more money. He could have paid the man a little couple, at least 100 grand. Let's just say that. You get what I'm saying? So now when the dude's like, hey, I'm going to go work with this person who happened to be homosexual, you know what I mean, to build a quick app for him, I'm going to holler at you next week or next month, you know what I mean? Now you outraged, you get what I'm saying? Because XYZ happened to you.
I'm sorry, but you know.
You get what I'm saying? Like now it starts to make sense. Like, okay, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on.
66,000 just seems kind of low ball for me. And I get it. He was only managing his social media account. But in that, to Terry's credit, well, to his discredit, when he said he wanted me to only take care of him, nobody else.
Not just anybody else. At this, he said he demanded he stop working with this client because they were LGBTQ.
No, but this
LGBT.
This is where I look at it, and this is my business side, and not to say I discriminate against the homosexual community here.
Right.
But this is where I look at it, and like I would look at Jerry Cruz and say, look, you're affecting my pockets right now.
Exactly.
So if you don't want me to work with them, that's fine. But you're gonna have to supplement me the salary that they would pay me.
And that's why he sued for $1 million.
He's worth $20 million.
Okay.
But that's why he sued for $1 million. He said as lost money that he could have built with the app, he would have got that in the difference.
I understand the whole money in the situation, and you know, when people go through, because not everybody in the world, this is not a small portion, but there are people who've been sexually abused,
right?
And it affects people differently, and especially if you're like one of those super heterosexual dudes. And I understand you're trying to feed your family or whatever, and someone comes and grabs your dick, it makes you feel a little type of way.
Fair enough.
So the fact that he's associated, affiliated with, so it probably would make a dude feel some type of way. But like Frank point, at the end of the day, who you do business with ain't got nothing to do with me, as long as it doesn't cross into my media feed or whatever the situation may be, then it doesn't affect me, because like you said, at the end of the day, this man has to eat. And obviously he ain't eating off of Terry, because Terry ain't paying the man no money.
Right.
Now, I don't believe that whole 28,000 in 10 years shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's maybe $280,000 this nigga got. Because, nigga, I ain't working for you for $28,000 for 10 years.
No.
Nigga, I don't know where
that's
the
like,
fuck.
what, $2,000 a year?
That shit ain't happening. So I think this motherfucking numbers is a little exaggerated. But
Right.
he hasn't probably gotten paid what he should have. I will say that.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say that. But at the end of the day, yeah, the man got to eat.
Right. And so this is all I'm saying. At this point, you know, settle this shit out. You know, at this point, because now it looks crazy against your rep. You came out saying this because you were assaulted. And fair enough. Nobody should be assaulted. I completely understand. You know, I completely understand. But at the same time, here's the opposite case. What if that lawyer had got this information from this person, you know what I mean, and used it against you in that case, talking about, well, you really don't like gay people anyway, because look what you did with this, and we don't know, you know what I'm saying, because now it just makes you look real suspect.
I'm just saying that I think in some way, shape, or form, his credit, his credit and the way his outlook and everything's already shot, because like it or not, I mean the homosexual community is pretty strong. I mean, I related a couple shows ago where I said it's become a market niche where people sell on it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, he's with that whole situation now. I think he's going to lose a lot of his following.
Possibly. I'm not even worried about the following. I'm worried about his money.
Following with what I mean with following is money tied to it.
Right.
I say this about this. As strong as the gay homosexual force and crew is, I ain't gonna say lesbians because I don't think lesbians exist, but they don't want to fuck with a person who was sexually assaulted.
Okay.
Not even them want to fuck with that.
Right.
They'll pick at the shit out of anybody in a heartbeat, but they'll fuck your business up. But you don't want to start fucking with that Me Too movement or that sexually abuse movement. because that can be going in so many different type of ways.
Right.
You know, oh, so you're against black men who don't like their dicks touched by other men. So like, there's so many different ways that can go. So it's just more lines. You got that one, homie.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to sit there and I'm gonna have to just take that.
Okay.
I really can't say much about it. So they really can't attack him. I think he's in a wonderful position. I was assaulted by a man more powerful than me, maybe not physically, but financially.
Right.
I'm a man, head of my household. I put my family first, which a man should do. Support his family, his kids. So, man, I had this man ready to hit that stand. So they're not going to come after him. They're not going to mess with him.
That's a good. I mean, if you think about it, I didn't even think about arguing that way, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
If you want to say that he was the victim role and now he feels accused of this,
Right.
and because that happened then,
That's another
me and him
lawsuit.
thinking like this now, yeah, like I get it. He can swing the pendulum any which way.
Right. So they're gonna suck this up. They're gonna take it because he didn't say anything. Get that,
Right.
derogatory fag, all that dumb shit out of here. With it. No.
Right.
He just said, I don't want you doing business with that person. And he could say, well, because it would have affected my image.
Right.
Look what I'm already going through. My family can't take any more emotional, whatever the words they call or whatever. We can't take it anymore.
Fair enough.
I think they're going to settle out of court for a couple of dollars.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And they're going to go that way, and my man going to go back to making porn sites.
Exactly.
Shit like that.
Exactly.
Because obviously he was good at it.
Surprised me. I mean, I think the guy, honestly, he said $1 million, right? He's suing for $1 million.
He's suing for $1 million.
I bet you his goal was 500,000, but
Yeah.
But,
Probably,
what I'm
he's
saying?
looking at
He going to
something.
get 280, 325 tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like we tell you, when you go buy a car, go there with cash. Niggas ain't letting you walk out that fucking
Fucking
dealership.
door.
Oh, hell no.
You
That's
walk
true.
there with that card, they'll let you walk out that way. But you walk there with a cash right there. All right, what we gonna get you in?
Exactly.
We gonna get you in something.
Uh-huh.
Something that you agree upon and we agree upon.
Uh-huh.
We gonna
Terms-
get you in something.
The terms and conditions
Yeah,
apply.
you know what I mean? Yeah. But,
Yeah. Yeah. That's a different interesting point.
I mean,
never
I
thought
think,
about
like
it.
I said, like I said, I think it was more like he's saying $1 million, but in reality, he's aiming for less than 500,000.
but you always
Yeah.
want to tax a couple of extra
Yeah.
dollars on.
Because negotiating
Bid
gonna drop
high,
heavy.
low.
Yeah.
Like, that nigga only owe me like 20 grand, right? So I'm gonna say $1 million. And no matter what, I'm gonna get a profit.
But
I'm gonna get a profit.
exactly.
Even if it's 25%.
Yeah, that's it. He's happy.
Right.
But I just had to bring that shit up because it was just a little fucking hypocritical to me. I just saw it. But definitely a good point. And on to the last but not least, good old Lauryn Hill.
This bitch.
Womp womp.
Yeah. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill is pissing off Robert Glasper here. Robert Glasper, jazz band musician, made some good music. I always see him here with Jill Scott and stuff like that. I played it with a lot of other people. He's been out there for a while. There's a young black man to the right. He went on a radio show the other day, well, a couple days ago, and he went out there and talking about how Lauryn Hill was. They were egging him on to talk about some of the nasty, weirdest or funny acting people that he's ever been around. He said, I name him. He goes on Lauryn Hill. And he's like, oh. He goes on to continue to say that Lauryn Hill, it was very funny acting to him and his band. He was going to do a 20-minute show, and they practiced for a week for a 20-minute show, and the last day of practice, she cut their pay rate because she didn't like the way the band was going. She didn't know how to tune her own instrument. She made his people tune the instrument. She was very funny and rude and nasty to them, and so on and so forth and on. I mean, he goes in. The clips when they cut the shit up, like, if you saw it straight, I would have been like, God damn, I'd have been crying. He also goes on there to mention, and it was where I really rung it up, that this beloved album, and it's loved by many of all races and ages, was it, was made by other people. And they sold her the songs, and they didn't get any credit. They just took a one-time lump sum fee, and this is her MO. And so he was like, my people didn't get no credit because he knew the people who made the songs on the album. He said they didn't get no credit, so bump them. You know what I mean? So bump her. And, don't think that she out there writing this shit, tuning these beats and doing all this other stuff. So I get it. I wanted to bring it up because I've heard this before about her. And guests that we've had previously on the show who all love Lauryn Hill, singers and people there too. Remember, everybody looked at me funny when I said, why does everybody give her credit? She only made one album. And I get it. The album was good. But now, when you get confirmation from another person in the field who was like, yeah, the chick is this, and she does like that, and is rude and nasty. And guess what? The bitch ain't make the songs either. Everything was a copy and paste from another
Somebody else's.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's what everybody in the industry is doing.
Right. It's nothing new.
No.
It's not a shocker.
Just because she discovered it or she did it, you know.
Well, no,
Yeah.
she just found the right songwriter, or she ran across someone who had a phenomenal song.
Exactly.
And you're just going to put my name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
this check.
and that's exactly what happened.
When you have someone who's a struggling writer or who's not that well known and just hungry for cash,
Yep.
they're gonna sit there and say this, and I'll take that $20,000 check, and she's probably made about $20 million from that song.
Exactly.
But when you catch desperate people in desperate situations, it happens.
Especially with somebody later on in her career like she does. Like you said, when you come from nothing and you have a couple $1 million in your pocket.
Yeah.
You
Now,
don't want
Lauren's
to
from
go.
the suburbs, homie. She's always,
Well, yeah. She wasn't pissed
she
poor in
wasn't in the
project.
hood. Lauren from the suburbs, homie.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wasn't
but I'm
pissed poor.
saying, what I'm saying is when you live a certain way for so long, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I'm bet, has it been a while since she dropped an album?
Yeah,
She'll never drop
have
another album.
One. That's
She'll
just
never
the
drop another
miseducation.
album.
Yeah.
I think she
a
still
solo
has.
besides the Fuji album.
She still has issues with Columbia.
I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everyone loves the Fuji album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
But,
song is a classic. But no, I think she still has issues with the Columbia thing because a lot of people may
She had a
may not
multiple
remember-
album deal,
The
right?
reason
Yeah.
I say that, I mean, I know she only dropped one album, but it's not that I credit her. More like I acknowledge that she was in more than one album is what I'm trying to say. The correct terminology here. But
Yeah.
the reason I'm saying that is because again, she's looking at her bank account. She's seeing okay, I dropped this one album. Money's getting kind of low. Let me do some, let me get some stuff together.
She's not even trying to do anything else.
Yeah.
She's only making money off of touring.
She could tour off for Killing Me
Yeah,
Softly.
yeah.
So
So
many
we all
times.
100 years old.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But go ahead. What were you going to say, though?
I was just saying more lines of like, to me, and I've always said this, I think Lauryn Hill is the most talented artist ever in the world. And the reason why I say that, this is a young lady who can rap, Nas, Eminem under the table,
Right.
and sing Celine Dion under the table. I mean,
Right.
this chick can really blow. She was that true, what they thought Nicki Minaj was going to be. All right, she's worth $8 million.
Okay.
They thought Nicki Minaj was going to, or tried to make her to be, and she probably could hold a note, and that's in the bag. But this is a young lady who was super talented. Lyrically, she can act. She was that triple threat.
True.
She could act, she could sing, she could rap, she could write, she could, I don't say she could play instruments, but it's just more lines of you have this super talented person, but that one flaw she had was men in her life. The men in her life destroyed her career.
And I mean the reason I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed her music growing up.
Of course. Yeah, we all did. We all was rocking that shit.
The reason I say I could actually I get what what's the space is saying
Yeah.
is because I mean you look at out of all the albums she dropped, you look at the people that she's surrounded with. She's surrounded with some talent.
Right.
Fugees, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was more like along the lines that at one point, yeah, she put a whole bunch of words. She copied and pasted. She learned how to do that. Congratulations,
Right.
At the same time, it's like look at who she surrounded herself with at some point in her career.
Yeah, but if this is all we have to offer, this is my point. He comes in and says the last thing. She hasn't done enough to be the way you are.
Yeah, you
And this has always struck me. Remember when she came late to all the shows?
came late to every show.
Yeah,
like
like
literally,
really,
late to
like
every
2 hours
show.
late. Show started at 8 o'clock. She's supposed to be on at 8 o'clock. The bitch came in at like 10. And it may have bounced at like 10:30. So, like when he says you haven't done enough to be the way you are, it's a sentiment to what I said. Miseducation, whether she's brought it from someone else or stole it from someone else, fair enough. Where's Miseducation 2, 3, 4, and 5? It's been over 10 plus years. Damn, well over 10 plus years. Matter of fact, Jesus Christ. You know.
As I was saying, like, she
where
still
is
has
her body
issues with
of work?
Columbia. Like,
what's the issues, nigga? They got on a
is it-
multi-contract deal.
she can't make any of my music and not pay. Like, she'll literally be giving Columbia every penny. Like, you remember when, oh my God, David Chappelle did The Block?
Yeah.
And he wanted her to do Miseducation songs, and he
Yeah.
said it there. They wouldn't release it. That's how bad her contract was.
But
with
then that's
Columbia,
a- that's
that
a
she couldn't
her
even
fuck up.
sing. Yeah, but she couldn't even sing her own fucking songs that you
Without
had to
paying
do.
them. Yeah.
You had to kind of finagle, and Chappelle probably ain't gonna admit it. He put some money on the table to get the Fugees back together,
Right.
so they would be able to perform something.
Right.
But she'll never ever come out with another album ever again.
Yeah, but at that point, if her contract is that fucked up, and I understand it now. Look, going what he said, if they paid the people for the music, which they got a big one lump sum payment, those artists, those band members, you know what I'm saying? They got a big one lump sum payment, and the company owns the music because they paid for it. She wasn't footing the bill. You get what I'm saying? And she's on probably a multi-contract album.
Probably like 5 albums. She only did one.
Right.
She in the hole.
But here's the deal. She's not worth it to buy her out of it. Puffy ain't gonna come up and save her and be like, yo, my man, here's $2 million. You get what I'm saying? Let me get it off her Nah.
Not
Because
the
he
money
knows.
that album made.
Yeah, exactly. She's not capable of doing another one unless you do the same thing. Let me steal everybody else's music.
I wouldn't say that.
And
I
pump
would
it
say
in.
this. If you put her around the right songwriters and the right musicians like this gentleman here, and you really wanted to put together a good album, she would put together a phenomenal. She's that talented. She's that talented that she would be able to put on a
You're
phenomenal
right,
album.
but is she worth that cost? Because
Well,
of that,
but
you're
that's
gonna
the
get that
thing.
money
She
back.
would be in the hole.
That's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't be. It's she's not worth the risk of saving.
Or
And
nobody
Columbia
else.
ain't trying to put no money.
No,
in.
Columbia would. But here's the thing.
She ain't gonna get nothing out of it.
Well,
Besides
that's the
being
whole
touring.
part. But like, you signed that fuck up contract.
That's my
Which is why you see a lot of these, like, yo, that album was fire. Where did, One for the Money, Takes Your
Yeah.
Love, where that nigga went? That fucked up ass contract is where he went. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of these artists
Right.
who come out with phenomenal music, and you never hear of them again because that contract was that bad. And it's like, yo, listen, I didn't think it was going to do that well. It did. We need to rewrite. And that company's saying, well, we still got you for 3 more albums. We ain't
Exactly.
redoing shit.
Exactly.
Well, I ain't do no more music. And what kills me about these artists, instead of saying, I'm going to push 5 trash ass shit out, nigga, I'm going to, like, I'm going to find the worst fucking studio. I'm going to live there for a week. I'm going to put 5 albums out.
Exactly. I'm gonna get the fuck
And
off
I'm
of this shit.
done. And it just the mental capacity of people. Nah, well, really? Me? Fuck that. Keep that shit. I'm done. All right,
Right.
nigga, now you ain't eating. Now you're a security guard. And now you got to
Right.
like finagle side right for niggas.
Exactly.
Don't get true credit for it, and everybody else eating off of what you like. Ashanti will never come out with another album because one of J-Lo's biggest troll songs she wrote. She gotta make no more music.
But that's what I'm saying. Where's now? You just gave Lauren all this credit in the world. How come she ain't right for somebody then? You get what I'm saying? Like
She
I'm that
arrogant.
great.
She that arrogant.
They're gonna screw me if I whistle on the track.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yo, Beyonce. Boop, 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 boop. You get what I'm
Arrogance.
saying?
It's
Just
the
hit me
arrogance.
off, whatever it is.
Oh, she ain't gonna be singing my shit. Everybody need to know it come from me.
Then you
that's why
destined
you
to be a
see it.
loser. You only had 8 mil, and you got this bitch Beyonce sitting at 100 like a bill. And something like, nigga, that's what I'm saying. Where are we? This shit don't make no sense. I've always said that, and he capped it. You ain't worth the time. You ain't worth to act like this. You not. I don't care what it is. You not worth any of it.
Like I said, when she started,
I think she got skills. I heard her. I
but when
believe
she
it.
came out with like, yo, you know what? Lauren's going on tour. Sold out immediately.
Exactly.
Immediately, Lauren's going on tour. Every ticket sold out. Bitch starts showing up late for shit. Niggas like, nah, I need my dollars back.
Yeah. That totally fucked up
yeah,
everything
fuck
for
that.
her
I need
shit,
my
Frank.
dollars back.
She was so late, people were like, I'm not going to go see her in the next town. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was.
So people want to see her.
yeah.
Like, I mean, literally, like she hum, sing in the shower, nothing. In about 5 years, and all of a sudden out the blue, she going on tour. concert sold out immediately.
Yep. I'm telling you.
Now
man.
you want to show up to shows late. You ain't really singing. You do more talking. You know, and again, she can't sing certain songs. She can't go on and sing those miseducation songs.
Yeah, she can't sing the shit that got hype.
That's how fucked up her contract was.
She can't sing the shit that got hype.
So she got to do a lot of acapella, a lot of falsettos and shit like that. And she ain't paying the fool just go on tour with her.
Right.
But just the arrogance of that, instead of saying, yo, Neo, Ashanti, somebody, let's get together. Let's do something.
That's the shit I don't get, man.
And we can all eat. But just the arrogance of it.
But that's the shit I don't get. I'm like, look, if she is great and people saying that she good and she got the skills, if she still has the skills, because now it'll be over 15 years. The music game has changed. You know what I'm saying, nigga? The kids ain't trying to hear the new Killing Me Softly. Let's be honest. That should be for our age group. That'll be for all the ladies in our age group.
You put that on now, the youngest will still be here. That's how much.
No, that. But I'm saying the new reverb of that. If she ain't got no trap beats on that bitch, nah, bitch. Like, what are you doing?
Wouldn't even be her style.
Yeah, but that's my point.
She's that talented to kill it,
right?
But, you know,
right. But that's my point. So we'll be waiting to hear from you. But
no,
stupidity. Look, I just had to bring it up. So Robert Glasper and his music is hot too. He makes some really good jazz shit.
But that's the whole thing. You have someone who in that industry, like I may have not heard of him, but in that industry, if you are a singer, and you want some musicians, this man's name is being spoken.
He is that guy. Yeah, he is that guy in the background that nobody knows, but he's that guy.
Because somebody's always on tour.
Yeah, like good shit, but that's what I'm saying.
Jays or whoever the fuck.
And the fact that, you know, she blowing him off and blowing his shit out, and he's like, look, man, this shit ain't even worth it. I wouldn't even bother the time to go chill with, you know, a great. You know what I mean? And it's just shit like that all the rumors that I've heard, and now it's like, okay, no, they were true. Nobody was lying. You were just really arrogant and nasty, like real nasty for no reason. Yeah, you think you have like $8 billion in there instead of $8 million.
Not
like, okay, yeah. It's sad to say. It's sad to say. To me, I'm like, you got to have at least 3 albums that hitting hard, back to back like that before you can even. Say, we ain't got that. Give me a bullshit album.
More than 3, nah.
Give me a bullshit album.
I didn't need a 7.
I can't.
7. 15 years?
That's my point.
7. I need 7 albums.
I'm like, yo, ain't heard her since high school.
2.5, 1 3/4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Another album or something. But it just goes to show you, just like, all right, look at Future's situation from a rapper standpoint, who signed a bad contract. That nigga was putting out an album every day. I'm going to get out of this bullshit. But he didn't do it like I said. I'm going to keep putting out phenomenal music because I believe in myself that much.
Right.
That when I get out of this contract, I'm going to continue to do what I do.
Right.
So she could have pushed the 5 albums or whatever album deal she signed, and she would have been good eating right now.
Yeah.
Lauren would have been about a good $500 million strong.
Yeah. She would have been tough. She would have gave that Beyonce a run for her money.
Nah, it wouldn't have been no Beyonce.
Nah, no. She wouldn't have been in the same category.
No,
but
Beyonce
she would have gave her a run of money. Like
Beyonce would
who's
be down
touring
there,
this week?
And Lauren would have been up there. You know what I mean? Because you look at a lot of people that came out. Everybody, pretty much all of them. All of the kind of like hip-hop-ish kind of, not even pop.
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Beyonce. All these women are trying to do acting roles.
Shit, Beyonce rapping
shit
now.
at it. This girl killed Sister.
Yeah.
I'm saying. So she was that threat on all those levels, and all these young ladies are trying to live up to her.
Nigga, how about a movie, bitch? Give me a movie. Columbia ain't killing your movie rights.
Probably nobody want to work with that ass.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm like, damn, bitch, I don't even want you on set. Like Jesus.
You got 12 kids now, bro. You want to bring them on set and shit. You know these niggas don't act. You don't beat them. You scared of diapers and shit.
Exactly. Oh, man. But, yo, on that point, we're going to get up out of here. True, thank you for being here. Frank, thank you for being here, sir. Frank's family, good seeing you. Eddie, you would say something to the peoples?
Buenas noches, Pamelita.
There you go. All right, man. Jeff Shears Show, we're going to get up here next week. We see you guys. Oh, not next week, the week after. All right, but we get it with y'all the week after, man.
got your antidote. You need that antidote. I got your antidote. Bottle of it, yeah. I'm feeling fine, crack me a Dutch shot. Time to unwind, yeah. Coming searching in my thoughts, I'm hoping she won't shut me down. If she ain't the one for the night, I know others in town. Trying to do right. If she go bye, we ain't so insane thing. That's just what time. If you say that you're gone, I just act like it's nothing to me. When you say that you love me, it's something I didn't believe. Back on my bullshit, stuck on my ways, always ignored them.